I'm so happy back here. I could go the whole trip in the back seat of this car.
You know what?
With the sun, with the sky.
I know.
When did you see me depressed?
Kevin, I've known you for 10 years.
Qué bueno.
Beautiful.
Pisco manchego.
Are you telling me you're hungry?
I'm always hungry.
Are we getting hungry?
Whoa.
But what? Oh. Torrito.
No, there's a bowl.
1, 2. On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again. The life I love is making music with my friends. I can't wait to get on the road again. On the road again. Like a band of gypsies, we go down the highway. We're the best of friends. Insisting that the world keep turning our way, and our way is on the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again. The life I love is making music with my friends, and I can't wait to get on the road again.
Our road trip was off to a bloody good start.
Watch out, baby.
Whack! I love that dude's knife.
Oh, man, he's a Zen master.
Madrid had been a sweet starting point. Crunch! I could watch those ladies eat churros all day long. Guini, Guini, they shouted as we drove through Toledo.
And huge, baby.
And me? I had a single groupie myself.
Hey, Mario.
Hey, how you doing?
All right. You got one. Maybe we should move to the Molinos. Ooh.
Mira.
The lovely Claudia seemed to have already tamed Mr. Bittman's contrarian nature, and he was, in my opinion, rapidly approaching the wrapped around the finger stage.
Sword, absolutely.
Later, skaters.
GP had returned home for the weekend to check in on her little ones and would meet up with us in Galicia on Monday morning. The three of us had a bit of a ride ahead of us, but before we could even escape Castilla-La Mancha, Biddy's insatiable appetite and constant mood swings were already sounding alarms.
I'm so happy back here. I could go the whole trip in the back seat of this car.
You know what? It's
With the sun, with the sky.
I know.
Just gotta say.
When did you see me depressed?
Kevin, I've known you for 10 years.
Tengo muchísima hambre.
Muy bien, ahora está perfecto. Podemos pasar por Ávila
Muy bien, muy
y
bien.
luego ir yendo como hacia Galicia. Porque hemos quedado con Gwyneth en Galicia, ¿no?
Creo que sí.
El lunes.
What's between here and Galicia?
¿Qué?
She's just been explaining it to
Yeah,
us for the last
here's my
10
idea.
minutes.
I don't speak Spanish.
Chill.
Excuse me.
Aren't you supposed to be learning?
No, maybe I'll take a nap.
Why don't you take
listening.
3 of those Valiums you have?
I mean, there's not much
Put you
of a
into a good
difference.
mood. There you go.
He seems to be in the good mood.
He is.
It's like
Yeah.
a child. It's like, I'm in the back seat.
As
I
long
revert.
as long as he has a little piece of candy, he'll be fine. As soon as the candy's gone, though, he gets cranky again.
Are we
I know,
there yet?
yeah,
More
yeah,
candy
yeah.
yet?
No,
Are we
I
there
don't.
yet?
Está pensando.
Gruñón.
¿Dónde podemos probar?
nervioso.
Buscamos la comida ahora mismo.
I need some food.
That's it.
There you go.
I'm going to drive the whole time because we've removed your license once we've discovered how many moving violations you've actually had in your life, keeping in mind that I have had 0.
¿Cuántas ha tenido? Porque yo voy con él,
Más de 20.
No.
Sí.
But then I don't know if you're going to be allowed
Tenemos que
to drive
decir,
again.
es un viejito.
A what?
Ha pasado
A what? A what?
muchos años en la calle. I said you're a viejito.
Viejito.
That means a hipster.
You have to stop lying about the
I'm
translation.
never going to lie about it. I will never lie about a
It's
translation.
hipster. It's true.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the word?
Viejito.
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 Only time will tell. Viejito, you say.
Viejito.
Viejito, sí es.
And then we're going to go
El
toward
viejito.
Avila, and then north past Ribera,
Valladolid.
Del Duero.
and into Galicia to reconnect with young Miss Gwyneth.
Gwyneth.
I can't wait.
Who's
Uy,
missing her
te echamos
already.
de menos.
So, all right, to get you out of your funk, why don't you rip into one of your favorite songs?
I need help though. Keep going. You gotta help me, babe. Lord, I can't do it by myself. Yes, you gotta help me, babe. I can't do it by myself. If you don't help me, mama, I'm gonna have to find somebody else. Take it. I am so hungry.
Check it out. Did you bother to look at the beautiful plaza? Or
Yeah,
were you,
exactly. Or you're just
driven,
obsessed.
driven by your obsession?
I can see the plaza much better after I've eaten.
Is that it? But you do recognize that we're in a plaza right now, right? Do you see it? Do you not recognize it? This is our restaurant?
This is
La
it.
Venta de Tiembles?
We will get over our
looks
sorrow
good.
at missing Gwyneth. I know you taught me how to say it, but let's eat. You have to teach me 199 more times. Let's
Muy
eat.
bueno.
Vamos a comer.
Ah, vamos a comer. Vamos a comer.
Comer.
A
Vamos
comer.
a comer.
Muy bien.
Vámonos.
Gracias, jefe. Chin chin.
Yeah, actually the toast is first.
Buen provecho.
Pitman, you see I'm already.
Where were you guys born?
You're rubbing
hungry.
things
I'm
on
hungry.
me. This is. I'm spending too much time with him.
A los maleducados.
Gracias, jefe.
To the sweet people of New York. A los maleducados. Can you say that one?
I'm not learning anything until you tell me honestly what it means.
Maleducados? What does it sound like?
It means great people.
New Yorkers.
Male?
Educados?
Male? Mm-hmm. Educados. Badly educated?
There you go. Ding, 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 ding.
Nice asparagus.
A la plancha.
You have to say espárragos trigueros.
I'm sort of getting tired of this translation.
Oh, come
thing.
on,
What?
Pitman. Trigueros.
Trieros?
Trigueros. This is the kind of asparagus.
Can you say it?
Say it once more. Trieros.
There you go. Beautiful.
What does it mean?
Means
Badly educated?
Exactly. It means
Stupid?
weak need bad dancing asparagus, of course. No, that's the kind. It's a varietal, as opposed to blanco.
It's good
There you
too.
go.
I think this does go to prove a point, though. Asparagus doesn't make sense in the same mouth as a bowl of wine.
Well, you swallow the asparagus first, then you drink the wine. It's fine.
Don't lead me down any dirty line jokes here. Show me how to do it one more time, there, shall you, Pittman?
I don't think so.
Actually, this isn't that bad.
That's very good.
Asparagus in mouth.
I think
And it
it's
comes
great.
with the official national color of Batali orange top. Mm-hmm. You know,
That's
my
very
kids say
good.
that. Why do you guys wear so much orange? And they say, well, it's the national color of Batali.
Oh, how cute.
It's cute. Poor kids. It's nice to start with something light, but then you have to have something heavier.
Bueno, pues mira.
Muy bien.
Here you go. Qué bueno.
Beautiful.
Es pisco manchego, es lo más típico que tenemos en La Mancha,
Muy bien.
Buenísimo.
Buenísimo.
es lo más grande
Buenísimo.
en La Mancha.
Muy bien.
El
Buenísimo.
vino de La Mancha es lo más grande que tenemos.
Excelente.
Pero que estoy comiendo.
Muchas
Que
gracias.
aproveche.
Muchas gracias.
Did you understand? He said pisto manchego. It's
Pisto,
very
I
typical.
know, yes. With quail egg or what?
With codorniz, how do you say?
Codorniz?
Codorniz egg. And cecina de ciervo.
Deer like Brazaula.
Eso, yeah.
Air dried.
Air dried, exactly.
Thank you, Mario.
Oh, can I have one of the ones with the yolk undone, please? Thank you.
Always
Listen,
this
Mr.
special request.
Mr. Pupas is on the road again.
Fish. That's the one.
There you go. How's that?
That's very
There's
nice.
something I didn't get properly for you yet, sir? I'm gonna try the deer first, my friends.
This
I need
pisto
the yolk
looks.
broken there.
El pisto.
I thought I saw some deer running around. We were driving through town before.
This is one of them.
El pisto está increíble,
It
¿eh?
was a very quick cure.
A quick cure. He was dry anyway. This whole pisto manchego thing has really got me going.
It's really good.
I've
love
never
it.
really heard of it. It's certainly not popular in the States.
It's ratatouille, but
Yeah, but it's different. It tastes better.
they have
It's amazing.
Maybe
I know
because
it.
it's not
really
from
good
France.
tomatoes.
And what about la cecina? Did you try it? Did you like it?
That was the first thing I tasted. I'm an old meat cure from way back, so it's the first thing I'll always try. It's excellent. It's got great depth of flavor, good texture. I like it a little on the drier side, which is what this is. It's cool.
Yada, yada, yada.
Qué
Yada,
bueno.
yada, yada.
Yada, yada, yada. There's a sign for
And
it.
you, Mr. Cajon, did you have something to say?
I like it too.
Oh, okay. You just don't like the fact that I'm happy about it? Actually, that I'm more happy than you?
No, that you're going on and on. Have another piece. No, you need another piece.
All right, let's have another piece.
You know what it is about this pisto?
Tell me.
equal volume of vegetables and olive oil.
Extra virgin olive oil from Spain.
You
Don't
see,
you
I
think?
told you all of
Yeah,
those
I think that's right.
This pizza is unbelievable. Me encanta.
¿Qué tal vamos?
Muy
Muy
bien.
bien, vamos a presentar el plato estrella. Es presa ibérica, es de cerdo ibérico. Se hace el plato caliente, voy a por el plato caliente. Y ahora seguimos hablando.
Muy bien.
This is a plato caliente.
Wow.
This is the plato frío. Now that we've got the traditional
see.
plato caliente
I see.
on the side.
He says
Tell
this
me
is
that
the-
isn't
the
deliciously
star.
marbled, though. Even an amateur can see that's pretty darn looking good.
I don't see why anyone needs to cook this, to
Yeah,
tell you
I
the
was gonna
truth.
say.
Well, what about if you have some then?
A little crudo?
I believe that's called calling your bluff. Come on, tuck tuck.
What do you think? Does that have your approval?
You could try it, but let me tell you about raw food in Castilla-La Mancha. Peligroso.
Also.
Ooh,
So
our hot
we're
plate's
gonna cook
coming.
on the hot
Watch out,
rock
Rookie,
thing.
watch
You're
out, watch
gonna-
out.
Es lo que vemos.
Uy, qué bien.
Bueno, vamos a dar un poquito de
Ah,
grasa.
so you
See?
grease the plate with the
With the
Lado.
pancetta.
yeah.
Oh, qué
Oh, man.
This
Me
is the
gusta
very
que
thing
está
we've been
cortado
discussing for days. Cooking on the hot
Cooking
rock.
on the hot rock here in East Hempstead.
Vale, ya se encargan de dar de vuelta.
Perfecto. Oh.
Vamos a abrir un vino, a ver si espero que les guste, tiene más cuerpo, es un vino más apropiado para las carnes.
Perfecto.
bien.
More appropriate
Creo
for
que les va a
me.
gustar, si a otros les ha gustado, este les va a gustar igual.
Let it brown. Let it brown.
Eh? What are you talking
The
about?
most common
We've discussed
error
this
of
before,
nuns
right?
is to turn things too quickly.
Oh, really? Well, they start for you
Just
then.
let it, yeah, okay.
Let it brown. Let it brown.
I like to turn it a lot.
Right, and that's
You
why
move it too much.
that's why your meat is generally probably more close to poached than it is to charred or brown. Gracias.
I like it.
Es un
turn your
vino
meat
que
again?
tiene mucho
Gracias.
cuerpo, muy bueno.
Look at that. That is so purple.
Buen provecho.
Muchas
Gracias.
gracias. Do you want to turn
Gamay,
your
Grenache.
Grenache, exactly.
If it was hotter, we could, you know,
Crisp up that little crouton.
A ver, vamos a ver.
Hot bacon and spinach
Lardo.
salad.
Perfection.
Yeah, but you like yours. That is pretty remarkable.
Mine is perfect.
Do you like all your meat hammered?
Hammered? What does that mean?
Well cooked?
sorry.
Yeah, I love
That's
it. Well
restaurant
cooked.
parlance.
Yeah, I know. Supposedly you're supposed to like it medium rare or something, right? If
No, you
you're
like it
a
any way you
meat
want.
expert, but I like it really done.
Beef, pork, everything? That is so good.
There's so much fat in
This reminds me of the taste of Spain. This is what meat tasted like when I went to high school.
This is perfect.
Chin chin.
Cheers.
chin.
Cheers.
Brindis.
No,
Venga.
nothing.
Oh, venga. Por
Venga.
la familia,
For the family.
Yeah, that part I got.
por los amigos
For the
For the
friends.
friends.
y por la comida.
Wine is from the earth gets its health from water, the water
No, but
comes
that was
from
only
the
the
sky
introduction.
is heaven. Heaven is the universe is probably just a little atom in someone else's
Did you have lunch
universe.
with Unamuno yesterday? La vida es un sueño, el vino es una poesía.
I would like to propose un brindis to Castilla-La Mancha. We are leaving. We'll be back, hopefully together,
I would like that.
soon.
Al futuro.
Al futuro.
As we whizzed through Castilla y León and past the 12th century walled city of Avila, even Biddy seemed to be in a sunny mood.
And here we are. Bienvenido a Ávila.
Ido a Avila.
The light on the walls, shadows. Beautiful. Fantastic. Fantastico. Fantastico.
Muy bonito.
What I remember is that the parador of Ávila, the main parador, is in the wall.
Those are as well-preserved walls as I have
That's
ever
the parador
seen.
right there. We stayed there. That's why I remember it. See, my mom used to make us go to all the paradores when all my friends were just hanging out and listening to the Allman Brothers in high school.
That's good though.
Amongst
the paradores
themselves.
are really nice.
Well, we didn't appreciate it as much then, but I'm glad she did it because
of course.
we kept a little map of all the places we went. Look at this. This must be the tower from which they poured the hot oil over the Huns. See, these rocks would have given you a good place to hide from the arrows shooting down. There are some design flaws in the defense of this. If I was a invading Hun, would not yet have repelled me. It doesn't look unattainable to climb that. Like, 9 or 10 Huns on top of each other and we're in. Right?
Sightseeing would have to wait for another day. Our radar was honed in on Ribera del Duero, one of Spain's great wine-growing regions, and without saying, another great meal was on the horizon.
Tiny bubbles.
Tiny bubbles.
In the wine.
In the wine. This is good,
Makes
huh?
me feel happy.
It's not an opera, okay?
All the
Makes me feel fine.
It's an operetta.
Hey, so this area doesn't look that lush, though, that rich as...
Well, it's funny how quickly driving from Avila, it goes from almost that desert to now just the beginning signs of what look like the beginning of grapes. So we're clearly headed into wine country. But keep in mind, even when you're in wine country, sometimes the land is very arid, and it's because wine to be great needs to suffer.
Oh,
The wine has to really push the vines down to look for something to create something with great character. If you did wine on just topsoil, like
Yeah.
where they planted potatoes the year before, it would have absolutely no rich development or depth, right,
Okay.
Mr. Bittman?
The best wine, like the best people, is wine that comes from grapes that have suffered.
Because we make an excellent example of two people who haven't suffered versus you who has.
Because you are making me suffer, so I know that it'll build my character.
So you're going to be a good wine one day, I hope, because you're a hell of a whiner.
A cavette.
A cavette.
Cavette.
Mr. Pupas.
Pupas.
I love
No,
that.
but that makes sense because this area is known for the extreme climate, right? It's very harsh.
But
Right.
you have hills, so you get varied sunlight, right?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
not only that, but the sunlight, the hill also gives it depth, but it has to go down further and further. And through chalky or more challenging soils is what's going to give you a lot of the
Perfect.
juice.
Terrible soil, harsh weather. It's exactly what you want.
It's exactly what La Uva is looking for.
Ooh.
So here we are.
Aha, Valdubon.
Look at this lovely bunch of Tempranillo.
Is that what it is?
Yes, it is. And look at that color. Is that great?
is spectacular,
So
isn't
it's
it?
like the bluest blue. And they're pretty good.
Are you an expert at deciding grapes before they've seen the vine, or did you see a sign somewhere?
No, I know that these are all Tempranillo.
How do you know?
Because it's Ribera del Duero, it's what they grow.
Only?
There's no Cabernet here?
There's probably a few people messing around with Cabernet, but they're making a mistake.
All right.
These are good.
They are delicious.
darling.
What are you
Why don't you peel some for the Empress?
Fire's on the way. Slide over.
You can do some work?
Well, I'm going to make us a little barbecue.
I'll stay in the middle.
A barbacoa. We've got some of the best ingredients you could find here. A little morcilla, fresh pig's blood, rice, spices, a little bit of fat. It's truly delicious, and when it's cooked just right, like we're about to cook it on the grill, it's poetry in motion.
A ton of cumin, right?
Well, not too much. I mean, it's all about balance, but yes, cumin, salt, pepper. Keep an eye on that flame in case I'm about to go underneath it.
yeah.
Well, the knife you're good. The knife you're good.
Okay, watch this.
So we have a leg. This is
We have 6 legs.
This is some animal.
7
This
now.
is called a lechaza. This is under 25 days. This animal has only seen milk, never seen any other food. So it's got a particularly delicious stuff. If you look at it right there, those lamb chops, that's golden nuggets, as we were to say.
Keeping the flies away.
So what we want to do is we
that's
want to
what
take
you're
the
doing?
bone out of this, because traditionally the way they love to cook this is they rub it with a little bit of salt, pepper, put it in a ceramic pot, and put it in an oven and cook it slowly at 310 degrees for about 2.5 hours with a little bit of water in the pan.
Thought he didn't know what he was doing.
What you want to do when you're taking the bone out, what you're going to do is you're going to decrease the cooking time immensely, because the bone holds the cool temperature, and if you can get rid of it, then you're going to have something that you can cook well done, señorita.
Yes.
That I know you love.
Yes.
In a very little time, so it doesn't have to get necessarily so dry on the outside
Perfect.
as if you left the bone on.
So you did this especially for me, huh?
I'm doing this
What
especially
a
for you, my dear,
gentleman.
because that's the kind of guy I am.
Hey!
So now you've got that thigh, you've got a little bit of a tendon there, and now you have a deshuesado, is that how you say it?
Deshuesado, yeah.
Deshuesado leg of lamb. Now this, of
Wow,
course, will
look at
save
that.
for King Henry VIII parties when we do them later on. So now we take it like that, and we're just going to butterfly it open just a little bit. Butterflying again just refers to splitting those thicker pieces so we're gonna get a much more even cook and cut. Then I'm gonna take just a little bit of salt. Like so.
Very nice job, Mario. I'm really impressed.
And then we're
Yeah,
gonna
me
take
too.
this, and we're just gonna pinch it up.
Great.
Now, where were the uvas?
Uvas are
The
right
grapes
here.
are right there. If you wanna squeeze just a couple of bits of those onto that, it's gonna create a nice little kind of a, exactly, kind of a sweet little marinade.
More?
More?
More, baby, more.
Well, you say a couple little bits, but I knew that's not what you meant. Just
Well, I meant
like
a couple
the-
little bits in the way that Mario Batali eats a small snack. Every day there's a couple of little things involved in it. Now, Mr. Biddy,
Sir.
here's some lamb chops, but I think while you're screaming the grapes, I can actually do these. Why don't you, actually, what do you have in mind for our lamb chops?
Lavender, baby.
Lavender,
No, whatever. What do we have? Salt,
Just some
sugar,
lavender.
a little sugar.
little sugar.
Get 'em
Why
brown.
would we put sugar?
Get them brown a little faster.
oil?
Exactly. A
For
little oil would be very
caramelization.
nice.
Little?
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right, little oil, a little sugar, because what'll sugar do? Sugar will caramelize.
Yeah.
It will start to burn more quickly. It will get brown on the outside of those chops. Cooking them over this really high heat, you want to make sure that they get brown because it'll only need a couple minutes to cook.
Why don't we squeeze some grape juice on
A little
here?
grape
Oh,
juice,
yeah,
I think,
let's
is a
do it.
nice idea.
We got
Lavender,
it. It was
Mr.
really
Biddy?
delicious.
All right. Keep singing while I deal with
What
the
do you think?
flames.
Blue skies.
Baby's got blue eyes.
All right,
You care.
Professor Bittman.
What are we doing?
Can you help
I hope
me
these
load?
chops don't fall through here.
Of course they won't.
But we'll do them this way. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Ooh, I want to do that too.
Chops, baby.
Chuletillas.
Bien.
Chuletillas.
Okay, ahora mismo
Morcilla.
la morcilla.
Morcilla. What does morcilla mean literally?
Morcilla.
Morcilla means
It can also mean, you know, the fat that accumulates here, morcilla.
On some people, not on you, evidently.
But it's also, of course, this lovely,
But it doesn't have a literal. It just
Delicatessen.
means blood sausage.
yeah, it's this food thing.
Delicacy. not
all right.
delicatessen.
Hold your side there, lady.
Yep.
There you
Ooh.
go. There you go.
The ring thing.
The ring
Ooh, I
thing.
like this ring thing.
There you go. Just like a wedding band.
There you go.
Hold this for
We're
1
all set.
second.
Okay,
While
I'm going to
I-
open this wine in case
set
you have a
the
flare-up.
stones.
And if you don't have a flare-up, we'll drink
we'll
it.
just drink it.
We do have a flare up. The best thing to use is a little vino to put out the fires of love.
Ooh.
Now, one last thing.
Stoke the fires of love.
Well, the vino's actually putting it out in this case.
Well, then
As
they're not
most
the
wine
fires of
actually
love.
does. If you're really interested in doing the right thing, you don't need
This is
wine for the fires
nice. I
of
like
love.
it.
We're gonna take a little bit more
So,
salt.
Mario, that is so
Is that
nice.
beautiful?
I love it.
I love that too. Well, come on over and take a look at this. And Mr. Bittman, bring your fire flame retardant.
There you go.
See what happens right there under the little chuletas? I'm gonna give it just a little bit.
That can't hurt, can it?
Wow,
I
that
was gonna
must be
say-
really nice.
That makes everything
All right,
look
not too much,
delicious.
because I'm
Well, you don't
developing
wanna
a
put the-
powerful thirst
Well, don't worry. I'm sure
hungry.
there's more here.
somewhere.
Let's squeeze our own grapes right now and wait long enough for this thing to cook.
You need one of these?
Oh, look
I don't
at
think
you.
so.
Oh, look
I
at
don't
you
think
in
so.
your back pocket.
I think I'm gonna be good. Now you got the
Perfect.
So
nice
how long
Perfect.
does this take?
This will probably take about 6 minutes on the side.
I'm hungry now. Hey,
Yeah.
you know, I've talked to Biddy this thing.
Yeah.
I want you to try it. And I want you to do it and see if you've improved or
I gave
something.
up. No, I
Oh,
gave
come
up.
on.
Long ago.
Okay. ¿Cómo quieres que te quiera?
¿Cómo quieres que te quiera?
Si el que quiero que me quiera,
Si el que quiere
que me quiera.
que me quiera,
No me quiere como quiero,
no me quiere como quiero,
que me quiera.
que me quiera.
Come on, Bittman. Now you have to prove yourself. ¿Cómo quieres que te quiera?
¿Cómo quieres que te quiera?
Si el que quiero que me quiera.
Si te quiere que me quiera.
No me quiere como quiero,
No me quiere como quiero
que me quiera.
que me quiera.
That's not bad. You've been
Maybe
practicing.
tomorrow.
Yeah, you're
Maybe
pretty good.
tomorrow. Oh, there's morcilla.
That's
So now I turn this, of course, as anyone was watching, and the lamb chops with the sugar seem to be working out quite nicely. Good job,
Quite
Mr.
nicely.
Bittman. The leg is perfect, and it's now over the hotter part of the coals because the fat is on the top side. The cut side, the inside of the actual where the contact of the bone was, is on the downside, which will not spatter
You
out.
know, it makes a lot of sense, but to pretend that you planned this is just beyond belief.
Why would you think I would put it down one side and the other side? There was
yeah.
only two sides, you're right. I could have flipped the coin. We're looking good here?
Yeah, we're
I'd say,
looking
Mr.
good.
Bittman, if you could add leggermente una gota.
You're doing
Divino.
mine well done, huh?
Where?
Oh
on
yeah,
the
you're going well
chops?
done. Just at the base of the chops and right underneath that part of the morcilla. A little bit more on the skin. There you go. Don't worry. Now that
I'm
is
not
looking
worried.
right, baby. 2 minutes
do
and this
this.
is ready.
Okay, here we go.
So we're in
You
Ribera.
taste.
Del Duero.
Do you have, is this what kind of wine?
Tempranillo.
Tempranillo?
Tempranillo.
Do they call it crianza here?
Yeah.
Crianza.
I think they must.
Oh, you're right.
Do you want some?
It smells delicious. It looks even better. And of course, when you're standing outside next to an open fire made of the trimmings of the vines, we're dancing at the feet of our Lord. All is bliss.
And the biggest one for me.
Ooh.
Good for you, baby.
Tempranillo
you
has
get, the better we
such
sleep.
a nice, soft nose. It's just beautiful. Makes you want to drink it.
It does. All right.
Nice side towel. It's like a washcloth.
Dun, 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 dun.
Nice work.
If you can get it.
If you can get it. You want to hold
Caliente.
this?
Yeah, you always lose something,
Lose
you
the
know?
chop. Ready? All right. Boom. Bada boom. Bada boom. Bada boom. Oh, baby. Come on. Who is not excited right now? The vegans are not excited. But the rest of us are realistically almost winning the
We're
World
chomping at
Series.
the bit.
Exactly. That morcilla looks stunning.
I love how it melts.
The crispy
because
bit
there's so much
melted.
fat in there.
I know.
Exactly. There's that one, and then this little
Yes.
puppy.
Nice job, chef.
There you
All the way
go.
home. Always clean on top of the fire you burn. Plop the plates down, guys.
Vámonos.
One there, go ahead and drop yours first. Chin chin.
Chin chin.
To España.
I'm reminded of the Babo toast, which is unrepeatable.
Well, we of course can't repeat that. to the land, la
Sí.
tierra, el Dios, el alma.
Wow.
Via via.
Via via.
This one is well done, my dear.
Thank you.
Biddy, I trust you'll grab your own.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. 1, 2.
Oh my God.
Wow, that's really impressive.
I'd like to thank all the baby sheep,
Yeah.
but particularly.
Don't
this
remind me though. I really like this, but don't remind me.
one.
Don't. Please.
Look at the tiny little tenderloin. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. See that? Teeny tiny little tenderloin.
Oh man.
Total cooking time, maybe what, 12 minutes?
Total cooking time from starting of the fire till now, 42 minutes. Cooking time on the fire, 12 minutes and a half.
It's perfect.
This is called fast food.
Yeah.
It is.
Spanish style.
Spanish style.
You gotta start with a baby lamb and then you're all set. There's something about the lamb, northern, northwest Spain red wine thing.
Things that grow together, go together. This lamb is from this land. This wine is from this land. The clippings of the fire, everything about this whole dinner is from within 250 yards of here.
Right.
That
That's
is
why it's
poetry
so-
on the planet.
That is pretty great. You're
Other
right.
wines that you like? I'm a big Verdejo fan because I love to water down the infield with a little bit of white.
You know what else is great, white-wise, where we're going? Albarino.
Albarino.
I know that one.
That's
Galicia.
dry
Yeah, it's really good.
But a
It's
little
one of the-
Gewürztraminer-y.
and very not annoying. it's a wine that even non-wine lovers can dig along with, which I like a lot. There you go.
There you go.
All right, guys.
There you go.
The wine's all over Spain. Let's drink them.
Could we,
Want to go with the big guy?
otherwise the chops are gonna be all gone. The perfect last meal of really the earth before we head to the sea in Galicia.
Oh, vamos, la comida perfecta de la tierra antes de que nos vayamos a Galicia.
Muy bien. Yo vengo contigo.
Sí, ¿no?
Sí.
Yo también quiero.
Ciao.
Vámonos.
With our bellies full of barbecued baby lamb and luscious tempranillo, we set off for the long ride to Galicia. Gwynnie's strong maternal instinct had her up bright and early at Parada das Bestas, a bed and breakfast where we were welcomed as if we were family. Baby Antone was getting his very first diaper change by a Hollywood movie star. Proud Papa Suso was taking it all in, and Maria, his wife, readied breakfast for us stragglers.
Well, we're all together again. Welcome back.
Thank you.
You've had a nice stay.
Nice to have you.
Missed you guys.
We did too.
What are we going to do today?
We are going to be peregrinos,
Peregrinos.
pilgrims.
So we're going on separate visits to El Camino
Sí.
hasta Santiago. Is that the bet?
The first to Santiago.
We're gonna go. It's like, isn't that like 100 kilometers?
Don't exaggerate, 89.
Oh, right.
89.7. Which doesn't mean that's probably too much for one day. So why don't we take a car half the way, drop, and then run? See who gets there the quickest. What does the winner get?
The winner gets to cook dinner.
The winner gets to cook dinner?
It should be the way
Don't you love to cook?
I do, and in fact, I think that's a good bet because then we'll be in charge of our destiny gastronomically.
After the way you cooked yesterday, I don't see any reason to win this race.
That is true.
Good
We have
thing.
You're gonna have
try.
to prove to me that you'd rather have me cook than have you cook. I mean, what's,
All right, that's an odd logic, but I'm down with it.
I'll make it up to you.
All right. What do you know about the Camino?
Claudia knows more than me.
I know. I think the concept is really nice. It's supposed to be a space of freedom where everyone is just friendly and going their own way and everyone's hospitable.
Kiwi?
Ooh, nice.
The Camino is or
Thank you.
whatever?
The
No.
Oh,
pilgrim.
yes.
The
Bring us
pilgrimage
that, sir.
itself.
Thank you.
Because you find places where they could just feed you.
días.
Hola.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow. ¿Qué tenemos aquí?
Un pudding y unas tostaditas de pan de avilloa.
Qué bueno.
Pudding de...
Es un pudding de pan.
Pudding de pan.
Sí.
Bueno.
Ah, okay.
¿Quieres un kiwi, Mario?
Sí, claro. I'll take one little.
¿Zumo de naranja? No?
Never
That's
touch
gross.
this stuff.
Are you kidding me?
It's too strong.
Me too.
Too strong.
You don't like it?
No.
I love it.
When it's fresh, it's remarkable.
Exactly.
How is it?
The pudding...
It's fresh.
It gives
Oh, the
me
pudding?
This is great. The pudding is dense and
Gives me a
delicious.
stomachache.
It's really nice.
It's more like a candy bar. It's good.
We need the energy.
Yeah, exactly.
Está el aceite.
Oh, qué bien.
Gracias.
Now,
Now you're talking.
Now
GP's at the breakfast table.
Is this chocolate or does it just taste like chocolate?
think
Maybe
there's
it's
chocolate in
dates.
it.
And it's very nutty.
What do you have?
This is my idea of brekkie.
So,
I know, mine too.
You're missing your jamon, no?
Yeah, but sometimes I just like bread and olive oil as well. I alternate.
Gracias.
Buen provecho.
Gracias.
Again, killer Galician bread.
Unbelievable.
Bread is so on the money.
God.
Why would that be, Mr. New York Times reporter?
that the bread is on the money?
It's so good every time we've had bread.
The last time I was here, they said there's very special Galician flour, and they use as much of it as they can. They can't grow as much of it as they need for their bread, but that most people mix Galician flour with other flour. And
Is it like a whole wheat flour?
very hard wheat, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's amazing, this bread.
Because the texture is stunning.
It's good. Yeah.
You know, a little oleo and aceite on the chocolate bread pudding is not a bad thing.
He's hooking you up.
Off the charts.
We should walk 100 kilometers without eating anything.
I think that's a good idea.
think that's a great
I'll probably
idea.
make it about 100 yards.
You can take the yogurt in your pocket too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So all types walk on this road. I don't think they're all Christian evangelists.
No, at this point,
There's just like regular people who are doing the thing because it's a measure of distance and you walk it for...
and because people have been doing it for many hundreds of years, not
Any-
thousands,
you know what?
hundreds, right?
Anytime you have that sort of intention in a physical place for that long, it's gonna have a special energy, you know?
You're going
That-
to see God.
Well, that many people walking
Or at
with
least
that
God's
kind of
cousin
intention
Irv.
and purpose to a place, you know, you draw that energy there. So I bet it'll be.
Yeah,
I bet it'll.
it's special for all kinds of people.
Okay, well then, in the words of St. James, let the race begin and let the winner cook. All right, we're in Galicia, baby. Galicia is an amazing place, probably most famous from the chef's perspective. I'm putting you to sleep. From the chef's perspective, the reason this place is great is because of the shellfish.
So St. James was the guy that was kind of in charge of bringing and spreading the word. Anyway, at about 45 AD, he was beheaded, killed and destroyed. They brought him here overnight, allegedly, according to Christian myth, in a stone boat.
Right.
They brought him here and they buried him where he is now buried, in Santiago. That's why they named the town after that.
Okay.
They built a beautiful cathedral in the 12th century.
Right.
And it became the pilgrimage. So they built roads. And the famous pilgrimage came over France, Roncesvalles, came over the Pyrenees, and then came across. I believe this was because the French were deliberately snubbing the Italians for having invented spaghetti and ravioli. That's possibly not true.
So you're finally getting to see some of Spain.
I know. I'm so happy, and it's so beautiful.
So how do we say we are going to the route of the pilgrims?
Vamos a los caminos de Santiago.
Vamos a los caminos de
Yeah.
Santiago. This is the first time I've been in Galicia where it isn't raining.
Can you believe my luck? My first time in Galicia,
Spectacular.
and it's beautiful.
So beautiful. We are going to the route of the pilgrims, I thought, but the Caminos de Santiago means the road of Santiago,
Yeah,
right?
the roads of Santiago.
The road of
Going-
St. James.
Do you believe?
I believe that if you follow the road of Santiago, you will find fish at the end of it because Santiago is the patron saint of the fishermen. You know what makes me feel religious?
No.
Driving in the car with you.
Oh, Pittman, you're becoming romantic.
It became a place, as opposed to Rome, for Christians to come and follow their truth and take a long road on a pilgrimage to pay their respects.
It must be a very holy place. There must be.
Mind-bogglingly holy. This is on the same level as St. Peter.
Why are you yelling at me?
Because I'm so excited.
What did I do to you?
Mira, Pittman, ¿ves todo esto que tenemos a la derecha?
This is it?
Everything that you see on the right from now on is El Camino de Santiago. Camino de Santiago, and we just miles
So
and
we're
miles.
driving it instead of walking it?
No, now we're gonna walk it.
We're pilgrims. Oh,
I'm
we
just
have
trying-
decided we are going to drive in
I'm just
Mercedes
scared you're gonna be
convertible.
stuck there and you're not gonna be able to move. I'm doing it for you. When I see that it's a suitable distance, we'll stop.
So, what do you keep in your bag that never leaves your side?
Depends on the day.
Uh-huh.
Today it has a camera, cell phone, international man that I am. Of course, I have my passport.
Uh-huh.
2 pictures of my kid and whatever book I happen to be reading or magazine. In fact, today it has a map of all the golf courses of Spain because I'm going to continue trying to play golf every time I'm not seeing you. Oh, wait, hold on.
Ooh, blackberries. How is it?
That one was sour.
Should I go for it?
You
or
should go
not?
for it. Oh, no, that one was sweet.
Ooh. Ooh, those are.
I wonder what's going on with the pilgrims that they're not picking these berries.
Maybe they know something we don't know.
No.
Maybe we're gonna start barfing.
No, we're not. This is, my favorite dessert in the whole world.
What?
Blackberries and ice cream. Because we used to pick them by the Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme station wagon
Ooh, that was a
load,
good one.
which was our car, and then make enough pies for the whole year. We would make 50 pies, and every Sunday in the winter we would have a blackberry pie with a little bit of vanilla ice cream.
Yeah.
Which is pretty remarkable. Now that,
What is that?
this is one of the monoliths, actually, that they've imported from Stonehenge. Sorry. This is a mohon. This is a little kind of kilometer distance, and it'll tell you how far away it is from the actual shrine in Santiago. And then on top here are things that each of the pilgrims leaves a little stone. It's kind of like when you see McDonald's, it says 10 billion served. There's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like about 40 people by since the last person knocked all the rocks off. The shell is the sign of St. James. The whole thing. And they'll wear it on little necklaces if they're doing the pilgrimage. And everywhere you'll see is that little shell, which is kind of his international sign of hipness. So we're at 56.5.
Uh-huh.
That means we could probably make it in a day.
Let's do it.
Let's go. I like the 10 million serve thing, though. I think that's right.
You think you're clever, hey?
I think you better give me that.
Why?
No one told me this was uphill also.
Don't worry. I need my cane for my magical moments, like I'm singing in the sun. I'm happy again.
Can I be Ginger Rogers?
I can do that move. Yeah, you can. Okay, come on. I'll let it. You can try.
How's
But-
that?
No, you should try a bit more gracefully, though. Yeah, that's not bad.
Not bad.
So, the eucalyptus that we see here are not indigenous. They
You're
were brought
kidding.
here.
Do you see that huge forest of them as we were driving
Oh,
here?
and you could smell it, which I love. But it apparently angers many of the local people. It was brought by a local guy from Australia, a local priest.
How long ago?
The beginning
Where's
of the 20th
the,
century. Buenos dias. The beginning of the 20th century. He planted a bunch. Then, of course, they promulgated and propagated. And now they're all over the place. They smell delightful. I think they look great. But no one likes them here because they
Really?
drink all the water. They're very needy,
Thirsty?
a thirsty plant.
So you know what?
What?
Tengo muchísima hambre.
That's a change. Bitman, you're always hungry.
¿Qué comían los peregrinos? What do they eat?
Well, actually, they were really intelligent because la cosa típica
Yeah.
era una torta de garbanzos.
A chickpea torte, yeah.
Sí, como una empanada dura de garbanzos.
A hard, like, big tort bread. Yeah.
With, made of chickpeas. Y lo bueno es que sacia mucho,
Yeah.
you know, y es muy energético y es fácil de llevar.
Easy to carry, easy to eat. Eat it whenever you want.
They were clever.
Very
Y
clever.
también muy típico las castañas.
Ah, some chestnuts.
Erizos
of
de
course.
castaña. Y porque en esta zona es muy típico los robles y los castaños.
Oak trees for acorns and castañas.
Y en
for
cambio no
chestnuts.
los eucaliptos.
No eucalyptus. Well, that's good because it's really a blight. And I saw apples too. So there's fruit. We
Yeah.
saw moras, blackberries.
Yeah.
There's plenty to eat.
So that's basically what they ate.
You build a fire, you roast some chestnuts,
What else can you want?
make your chickpea torta for the next
Exactly.
day.
It lasted for a very long time, the chickpea torta.
Listen, I don't believe in dieting. I think it's the most horrible way to live. I just think if you,
So does that mean, are you telling me you're hungry?
I'm always
Are we
hungry.
getting hungry? Whoa.
But what? Oh, Torrito.
No, there's a bull. Okay, brother. Keep hanging out in the shade.
Look,
See, I
it's
could make us a steak if you ate meat.
no, thank you.
Not your game, huh?
I'll stick with the blackberries and the bushes.
Blackberries are pretty good, though.
Ah.
So, you know, traditionally there were three enemies, tres enemigos of the pilgrims.
Okay, let me guess the first one. Blisters.
Blister's very good. And the other two, thieves and priests, which were kind of the same thing because they were exacting a toll for passing through their territory.
Hey, should we go that way or what way do we go now?
Ninguna idea. There's no scallops, there's no nothing, no markers.
So
Let's take the road more traveled.
Well, I usually take the road less traveled, but
It's because you're so cool.
I know. What can you do?
Buen camino.
Bueno, adios.
He did not dig me calling him a cowboy from Valencia.
No, he did not.
I guess that's not as friendly as a word as I would have thought.
So, I have an idea.
Okay.
What do you think about doing an Iron Chef here with us in Spain? You and me.
Me and you on the same team?
Yeah.
Versus
Versus Bitman and Claudia.
a crush.
We'd smoke them.
I'll take it. We should bet money.
Por favor. Suficiente.
Come on, Bitman, you can do a bit more than that.
80 kilometers we've been walking.
Well, we can do double, don't you think? Your back hurting?
No, I feel good.
You know what I liked? The concept of this thing of El Camino being a place of freedom.
I didn't know this concept.
Yeah, the guy was telling me a story before and saying that it's a place of freedom where everyone can do whatever they want. Oh, look.
Really? When everybody could do whatever they want?
But don't misinterpret it and
Okay,
take it in
fine.
your direction. So you know what's this, no?
Yes, the scallop. This is a
Scallop.
marker with the scallop, the symbol of the pilgrimage.
Uh-huh.
And we must guess that K89 means we're 89 kilometers from Santiago.
Yes, I think that's a good guess.
So we'll make it this afternoon, I think, 89 kilometers.
Yeah, I think so. The speed we're walking.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where
Wow.
are we coming?
Look at this beautiful thing.
That's an old-looking cross. Looks like it's right out of Conan the Barbarian. It's rounded.
Wow.
Generally, they're squared. How old do you think that is?
Very old.
16,000 years old. Pretty remarkable. Think there's a reason why the right wing is bigger than the left wing?
Is it?
Maybe it's pointing to something. It's pointing to those cows that are coming at us. It's like the running of the bulls. Quick!
Paltrow, run! Looks like we have some visitors.
Wow. Are we in Pamplona?
I'm feeling very spry. I think you need this more than me.
Okay, I won't say no. You know what, Bitman? I think you've behaved well.
Very well, I think.
So I'm going to take you to a really cool place.
Yeah, what is it?
Puerto Marín.
Puerto Marín.
Puerto Marín. Es un pueblo que era muy importante en la Edad Media.
A village, very important in the Middle Ages.
Muy bien.
Yeah.
Era un sitio muy típico para los peregrinos, para reunirse.
A meeting place for the pilgrims?
Yeah, like a chill place.
Yeah, place to hang out.
And it's very cool because it's only in the 20th century that it's kind of disappeared underwater. Basically, you can only see bits of the bridge when it's a dry season and there's not so much rain.
Which is now.
Yeah, for example.
Great,
So maybe
great.
we can peek a little bit.
Let's go see.
Vámonos.
How many people do you think have walked on this over time?
My God, I would
900 years.
a lot of people.
Over 10 million served.
Here we go again.
Stuck with the golden arches component of it.
Oh, please.
So how far do you think we've actually gone?
I think we've gone 1,211 kilometers.
It feels more like about 35 or 40 kilometers.
Well, I'm really
Which
hungry.
would be 20 more than Bittman did, I'm going to say. I
Yeah.
can guarantee it.
So what's our situation? Are
Now
we
we're
gonna
going to go
go
back
eat?
and cook with Maria.
Great.
You're going to learn how to cook all of the clásica cocina gallega.
What are we gonna make?
We're going to make capon.
Okay.
That's supposed to be really killer.
I'm into it.
Yeah, exactly. You'll give it a shot. And everything will be delicious.
I really need to grind a pan con tomate on the way.
Claudia and I happily hiked. Well, more like strolled the Camino.
So how far is this ancient port?
Bitman, it's been like, what, 95 kilometers and you're already being pickish. Impatience, eh? That's a
I'm
trait.
tired.
It was already going on late afternoon, so I was dead sure that Mario, just about the most competitive person in the world, would already be whisking Gwyneth back to the Casa Rural. He just had to win our so-called race and earn the right to cook with Maria. But Claudia and I were just fine leaving the cooking to the others. Gwyneth would get the capon started on what I knew would be at least a 3-hour brace in local wine and Spanish brandy.
Well, now that's the sound of a party.
A Mario style party.
That's right. Oh, that looks good. So the capon's 10 or 11 months old. It's about 9 pounds. And it's big. The beauty of it is that yellow fat, in my opinion.
What are we doing with our
Between his lust for cooking and his love for women, Mario would no doubt be moved to tears to have the scene all to himself.
That is the teariest onion I've touched in 10 years.
Really?
My eyes are going crazy.
Don't worry, I won't leave you.
You won't believe me. That may flame up, GP, so just keep your eye out on that.
Thanks. Jesus,
Well,
now you
just,
tell
know,
me.
As long as you're back away from it, it still may flame up. Oh, man. There goes the insurance in the restaurant. Now we're going to put the greens in.
Nice.
That's my kind of world right there. Sauteed greens with a little lemon, garlic. I'm
You're
un
good to
hombre
go.
muy feliz. Okay, ready for the wine?
I am ready
looks
for
like
I'm
about
always
half a
ready for
bottle.
wine,
Exactly.
baby. Directamente encima.
Y después la cebolla y lo tapamos. Okay, all right, so now that's going.
Look at that rolling,
greens are going.
simmering oil.
Now, bacala.
Maria prepped another classic Gallegan recipe. Salt cod slowly simmered in a bath of just warm olive oil. She'd serve it over a bed of greos, turnip greens, and sauce it with a light vinaigrette spiked with smoked paprika and roasted garlic.
Oh, that's kind of my game. This is, ¿qué es? Ajo, pimentón, aceite.
Con ajo frito, cebolla frita, perejil frito, un poquito de vinagre, pimentón.
The smoked paprika from Spain. And onion, all cooked together, and then they just take it off and then they strain it out.
Wow.
Here you go, try that. By now, I'll bet Bittman must be about halfway down the road or 3/4 of the way.
Wow.
So we're making dinner for them.
All
They
right.
finally dragged their buns in here.
Buenísimo.
Perfect. Master Chef Gallega, Assistant Chef Gallego, the real Chef Gallego.
Muchísimas gracias, ¿eh? Fenomenal.
I think that's called for a group hug.
For Mario, it was nothing less than a love-in.
I love group hugs.
As for Claudia and me, we continued our heroic trek along the Camino.
Claudia, 103 kilometers. We have atoned for everybody's sins. Can we stop?
Okay, Bittman, turn around and tell me if this was not worth it.
Yeah, this is pretty great. Puerto Marin.
Pues this is the old village of Puerto Marin. And as you can see, it was a village divided on the two sides of the river. And this is, by the way, this is the Rio Miño. Do you know it? It's one of the most important, if not the most, in Galicia. Mira, Bittman, look in the middle.
Yeah,
Those are the remains of the medieval bridge.
incredible.
impressive, huh?
Yeah.
Look at all the remains of the houses.
Incredible everywhere.
It's amazing. You know what? Actually, there was one beautiful church which they moved piece by piece and reconstructed it to the new village.
Piedra a piedra.
Piedra a piedra.
As we gazed down onto the broad bed of the Rio Miño, dotted with history going back to the Romans, I could only reflect on the enormous passage of time since my last meal.
You know, this is all fine, this history lesson, but after walking that 103 kilometers, I am really hungry.
Actually, Bittman, it was 10.3. I saw it in your little cube pedometer. Shall we?
Yes, let's.
Little coastal action. Benvidos. Acambados.
Look at all the women harvesting the mariscos.
Wow, now that looks great.
You need a little cocktail sauce and you're in bed.
No. That's the last thing I need. Who's gonna try one, ladies?
If it means I get to eat it, you can call me a lady.
Wow. Gracias.
That's the best one.
How did you have it?
I want you to have the best one.
Charles, you have it.
I'll have the best
I
one.
want you to have it.
If I didn't think it was hyperbole, I would say this was the best steamed clam I ever had.
Hyperbola. It's Yiddish. Hyperbola.
Want to know more about our most excellent road trip through Spain? For killer recipes, blog updates, travel tips, and a few wacky things we didn't show you on TV, visit us at SpainOnTheRoadAgain.com.
Relive every episode with Spain, a culinary road trip, the companion cookbook and travel guide. Mario chronicles an eating tour like no other, with Gwyneth, Mark, and Claudia on a Spanish road trip of a lifetime. The volume features hundreds of striking color photos and more than 70 regional recipes. You can order by visiting SpainOnTheRoadAgain.com or call 800-260-8633. The price is $34.95. And remember, what happened in Spain didn't stay in Spain.
On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again. The life I love is making music with my friends. And I can't wait to get on the road again. On the road again. Going places that I've never been. Seeing things that I may never see again. I can't wait to get on the road again.